There's a Forex trader here. There's a Forex trader there. Here, trader, there, trader. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex.Today YouTube channel's daily Forex trading strategy session live. Today, looks like the ends are moving, the ends are moving, the ends are moving. Sweet. Love it. Bring it on. Let's go. So, good morning. My name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being a client. Thank you for being at the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Thank you to Forex.Today for hosting us. Please subscribe, please like, and if you are watching a recording of this, your mother would be very embarrassed if you did not leave a comment. I mean, come on. She didn't raise a kid like that to watch and not contribute? Come on, dude. Seriously. So if you're watching a recording, leave a comment, say hello, say thank you, say I like ye, say thanks, say, hey, can you cover this? Hey, can you cover that? With something. And if you're watching live, thumbs up would be highly appreciated. So anyways, I've been trading currencies a long time, so I'm here to share technical and fundamental analysis and also Forex trader psychology strategies. I don't know. I'm a survivor, so I'm going to help you. So if these videos, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, if they start to help and really give you the knowledge and the confidence that you need to start trading real money, then when you get to that point, when you are ready, I hope that these webinars and the respect I earn encourages you, even through guilt, to open an account at Traders Way. Then that would be greatly appreciated if you did that and started by visiting TradersWay.com, opening a demo account, downloading MT4. That whole process should take about 5 minutes, probably less actually. And then when you're done, come back to this video and you'll see in the description below, you can download my chart templates for free. There you go. There you go. And just heads up, I'm working right now today with the programmer. Very, very, very soon, those chart templates are going to cost you $1. So if you want them free, download them today. If you don't, then sometime in the very near future, it's going to cost you $1. That's like 1,000% more than free. So save yourself 1,000% and download them today. Hey? Hey, brew? Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay. So, there's a rumor that the trade war is back on, but in a good way. Wait, that was yesterday. Maybe the trade war is back on and it's a bad way. Hey, welcome to the summer. So, WTI, check this out. We've had this downward move for a very long time, going back June, okay? This downward, bottom 2 standard deviations, up 2 standard deviations, probably down 1 standard deviation, right? And so on and so forth. Then we came down to the bottom of this channel, and it looked like oil was going to fall fast and furious. And do you remember I asked you? I said, do you think this is going to drop to $40 or $30 a barrel? Most people said no. This was around 50. So I said, do you think it's going to drop to 40? No. I said, well, then this is, right? This is a potential bottom. And this is the bottom of last week, and this is the bottom of this month. And all this came around. And then I asked you, do you think it's going to drop to 40? If not, as we get closer to 50 and find all this support, there's a high likelihood that it's going to go back up. I hope you remember that. That was probably Thursday or Friday of last week. And what it's done is it's gone up. In fact, yesterday it went up. So yesterday is probably this move, almost 6%. When was the last time the stock market had a 6% day? Oil had a 6% day yesterday. But I wanted to point this out. Was this crazy trade war news and all that kind of stuff? Or was it really the fact that we were at this cluster of support that we spent a lot of time discussing? I think that's kind of neat. So now we've gone sort of from the top of the trend down to the mean again. Let me update my regression. Okay, and cool. Now what? Yeah, that's exactly right. Now what? Are you a buyer or are you a seller? So let's talk about the craziness. Oh, it's the news. It's the news. It's a random walk through Wall Street. There's a weekly swing buy. There's a weekly swing exit. Oh, that's very nice. Of course, we'd rather it go up here, but quit your crying, boy. Quit your crying, boy. Okay. So what do you want to do? Well, it's only Wednesday. So today and tomorrow, I'm already thinking next week. If you're a bull, you're thinking that. If you're a bear, you're thinking back here, right? So you can't do anything at this point, but maybe you can get a roll up if you're a bull, or you can get a higher low, no, a lower high, lower low next. Okay. Bearish integrity still in play on the longer run. Yeah. But that's where fundamentals come in. Okay. As well. Will oil fall for the rest of the year? You're going to have to make a decision. If oil does not fall to the end of the year, is there anything in sort of the calendar, in the cycle, in seasonality, in fundamentals that that would change the direction? Like this channel we have is basically the summer channel, right? So you're like, what happened this summer with oil? Nothing, actually. See what I mean? So they're like, nothing really actually happened. So try to always think ahead, right? You could say, well, the current trend is down. That's cool. And you know to keep selling lower highs until that happens if you're a bear. But if you're a bull, you're thinking, well, that's what's been happening, but how will it change? Okay? Because I don't think anyone thinks it's going to fall to zero. Actually, I do, just not this year. I think energy is going to go to zero. Now, there might be always a need for petroleum for something, but I believe, at least in my kids' lifetime, energy could, maybe won't in their lifetime, but could go to zero. For example, every house in the world should run off the sun's energy. I mean, it's just so strange we throw away all that energy. I've always thought that. When I was a venture capitalist, we looked at this paint. We did a lot of investing in paint for a while. Um, and this paint you could spray on a tin roof. The idea was like a shantytown, right? You could spray it on a tin roof, and it could gather enough energy to power a small hot plate and a TV. And you're like, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, if you get rid of all the little Honda generators that are used to run a hot plate and a TV, then you drastically reduce pollution in such shantytowns, right? So that was, so imagine now, I mean, that energy being used, I mean, it's just amazing we throw it away. But anyway, so at some point, energy will be free, and you'll use crude oil and other types of petroleum products for very specific, maybe industrial type situations, but it would be, like any two moving parts are going to need grease, right? Well, where does grease come from? Well, I guess you could have synthetic grease, but grease don't hurt nobody, don't hurt none. So anyways, this might go to zero, but probably not this week, right? So where could it turn bullish? Could it, and I don't say will it, I say could it reverse and turn bullish somewhere around this support? The answer is yeah, that would be it. Somewhere around there would likely be it, right? For now, anyways. So we bounced there. Okay, cool. So yeah, we might do this straight through, but probably not, is the thought process I'm sharing, right? Maybe it will, but probably not. So if it did bounce up to confirm a double bottom, where would it bounce up? Well, this is the first one. And we'll call that a 382. We'll call this a 618, and we'll call this a double bottom. Okay, a double bottom of a double bottom of a double bottom. We'll call it a weekly double bottom or some sort of double bottom. Okay? Does that make sense? What do I use for headlines? Do you mean when we trade news live? I use Trade the News. TradeTheNews.com. Does it cost money? Of course it costs money. Everyone's so concerned about money. Of course it costs money. That's the nice thing about making money. You're like, I need this. I want it. I'm getting it. And then how much is it? Oh, I don't know. I forgot to ask. Right? So you need Trade the News? Get it. If it helps you make money, get it. That giant TV, don't get it. It doesn't make you money. Trade the News, if you use it right and it helps you to do Forex trading, get it. Why? It makes money. I think it's less than $1,000 a day, so you should get it. But I've never earned commissions from using Trade the News, by the way, but I do have a site license. They allow me to use it publicly. They don't pay me. I don't get commissions for referring you. I think they offered it to me, but I declined it. But that was so long ago. It's funny. This is off topic, but it reminded me, and it's always a chuckle. The guy that invented Japanese candlesticks, and he sold his $5,000 book. I don't know, it wasn't $5,000, but it was like a $200 book and a $5,000 training course and all this kind of stuff. And he got into a lot of trouble from sort of, I don't know, promotions that bothered conferences. So all of a sudden he stopped going to all these conferences because they didn't allow him to go there. But one day I'm in the FX boot camp booth, the big booth, not a 10-foot, it was a 20-foot booth, right? It's huge. And it's filled with boot campers. And I just had finished speaking somewhere. And so it's filled with, boot campers and stuff. And the guy shows up. He's not He doesn't have a booth. He's not a speaker anymore. He just shows up with a delegate pass, right? And he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, that was great." Yeah. He's like, "Oh man." Of course I know who he is and he knows who I am. So anyways, he says, "Hey, we should do a seminar together and we'll both promote it and we'll make a lot of money." And I looked at him and I said, "I already have a lot of money." You should have seen the look on his face. He was flabbergasted, but like to the core, like he had never heard anyone ever say that before. It was just, he was like startled and bewildered. It was like I slapped him or something. He was just like, "What the hell was that?" And it was the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing ever. And he looked at me and he just kind of like walked away. It was just funny. Funny. I need to start doing conferences again. I miss it. All right. So anyways, there's oil. Pound yen. So I got to get to the yens. So this is actually pretty sticky for me. What do we want to do here? This is troublesome trucks for me. Was it that guy? I can't say, but I will say it's the candlestick guy. He visited Japan and discovered the stuff written in old textbooks, and he spent $1 million having them all translated to English, and he brought the ancient Asian secret from the Far East to the Western world to be rediscovered. And okay, dude. Okay. But anyways, good pitch. All right. So, troublesome trucks. I don't know if you have kids that watched Thomas the Train? Anyways, I have a hypothesis, remember, from like 6 months ago? Yeah, I'm not going to say the guy's name, guys, but you know who it is. Let's just say that. I had a hypothesis 6 months ago about these yen pairs. Does anybody know what they were? Never mad at the fact he's corrupt like a senator, soul on a rope, and you treat it like soap on a rope because my beats and my lines are so dope. Come on, guys. Is there that much of a lag today? I say something like nothing happens on the chat. There must be crazy lag. I don't know why I haven't changed my settings. Bitcoin yen. Yeah. Okay, a lot of people, yeah, and I don't know what you mean by go short. Do you mean go short the yen, buy the yens? Heath doesn't remember. I thought most people would. Stacy says buy the third week of August. That's pretty straightforward, right? So yeah, O'Brien says strong yen. Now, see, when you guys answer it that way, right? When you guys answer it that way, it's very confusing. First of all, you should know this. It's been very clear. I've documented it year after year after year after year after year. I look for yen pairs to go up. That means sell yen, but that means buy yen pairs. So some of you are like, yen strong, but I think what you mean is yen pair is strong, but that actually means yen weak and all that kind of stuff. So your answers are confusing. So be careful. Okay? Not put them in your will. No, I wouldn't say that. But it's a hypothesis. I want to do trading. Help me. Do you have any money, Kumar? strong yen sell. No, Brinsley, Watson, wrong. That's not the hypotheses. Now, it might actually happen, but that's not the hypotheses I gave 6 months ago, 18 months ago, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, right? So, yes, expect yen weakness, potentially buy yen pairs. Okay. Doesn't always happen. It's not guaranteed money. It's nothing but a hypothesis. Okay. Oh, how can you start? fxbootcamp.com. Forex Scump got the book. Right on. I got to see. If I wasn't in grad school, I'd write another book. I got so much I want to do. But anyways, that's cool. Second or third week of August, you will be building trades based. Yeah, it's really the third week, though, specifically. Year after year after year. But yeah, okay, some of you said it very well. So we don't know. It's only a hypothesis. Then you can confirm or deny your hypotheses with technical analysis. Okay? Now, some years works great. Other years doesn't work at all. Some years it works somewhat well. But it's just a hypothesis. There's nothing else to it. But I'm trying to teach you how to trade with a bias. And so 6 months ago, I literally said, third week of August. Well, that's Monday. And on Friday, like that following, so not in 2 days, but in 9 days, we're doing our first swing trading group. And it's tied into this idea, okay? Right? So, back to the nature at hand, back to the thought process here. The yens just woke up. Like, look what's been happening for a couple of weeks. Really up and down, but nothing's really changed on yen price-wise. This is a little bit more down, but all this week it's been up. And this is, sort of double bottom, higher high, and we're back down here. And again, this is lots of consolidation, lots of consolidation. Lots of consolidation. Consolidation isn't falling, though, is it? Falling is not, consolidation is not falling. Oops, it's something different. The longer we consolidate, the more likely we're to reverse. Would you agree with that? I don't know if you've been taught that. I haven't been taught that. I haven't been taught. So I might be wrong here, but it seems to me the longer this doesn't fall, the more likely it'll stop falling. Maybe it's confirmation bias. As Friedrich Nietzsche would say, perception creates reality. Okay, confirmation bias. If you want it to go up, you're going to see reasons to buy it. That's all. So, what if between now and sometime next week, this starts going up? Okay. Now, it's amazing that just on the second real week, which means just before my 6 month gas, and it's actually more than 6 months because it's every year, I think this way. It's amazing that this gives you a move like that all in one day, basically in 4 hours, just a few days before we're looking to go long. Isn't it? Huh. Right, Anissa 621 says, well, bear's not selling anymore. Well, that's the beginning, isn't it? And if that upward move knocks more bears out, there's some vulnerability to the downtrend, which means maybe this starts going up. But when this happened yesterday, and this is, I swear on the Bible. I looked at all of these. I was actually in a meeting, and I watched this happen. I'm like, oh crap! But the thing is, when you have that oh crap moment, in this case, let me be a little more clear. I wasn't in front of my charts, and then I come back to my charts. Actually, I was in the meeting, and I look at my charts and I see that, and I've already missed it. So what an amateur would do would buy it, right? I looked at it and said, gold, dang it, but then I realized how important this was. And I said, well, if I were me, I would buy a dip. WWWD, what would Wayne do? Well, Wayne would buy a dip. Wayne would not buy a high. He would buy low and then carry it up, right? That's where, inverse head and shoulders are born, and 1, 2, 3 patterns are born, and double bottoms are born, and all that kind of stuff, right? So here I was, about 24 hours ago, I guess. No, it wasn't quite 24 hours ago. I think it was more like, the market opened, so 9:30, 10. So now here I am. Probably the most important day of the year. What do I do? Do I buy it? It's 3 days too early, right? And I know I told you 6 months ago, and many of you knew 12 months ago, 18 months ago, 24 months ago, 36 months ago, the plan. Okay, I'm not making it up. So this is interesting. And I'm going to have to make some decisions. But isn't it funny? We're only off 3 days. Now it hasn't reversed yet. So imagine this now. Thursday, Friday, we're up here. Next week, we buy a dip in the swing. And quite literally on Monday of the third week, we have a confirmed bullish trend. Confirmed meaning consolidation, double bottom, double bottom, double bottom, higher high, and then buying the higher low roll reversal, which would be the first boom, which means literally months and months and months ahead, I pointed out the exact day. That would be cool. Might not happen, but it could realistically happen. That's the interesting thing, because we need this to go up today, right? Maybe a higher high Thursday, Friday. It's only Wednesday, right? Wednesday. So sort of maybe triple bottom today, up again Thursday, up again Friday, buy the dip Monday, gone Tuesday, long and strong, nailed it, 3 points, nothing but net, high flying, death defying, 360 slam dunk. It's the shoes. Maybe. It might. It could. Maybe. Probably not, but it could. Yeah, Paul says USD yen at M2. That's cool. Right? That's cool. So Donald Trump says, I think USD will get stronger. Donald Trump is in the chat. Welcome, President Trump. That's a risk-off play. That would be a very disappointing third half of the year. Okay. Do I use daily? Yeah, but typically I don't need that. I mean, I already know by looking at the 4 hour. Daily doesn't really help me on anything. Right? So it doesn't change anything for me. So I prefer the 4 hour. I just get more detail. It's not much different. Now, people that split hairs over the daily and stuff like that. They're using daily moving averages, and they're like, oh my gosh, where's the daily 21, right? So I get over that pretty quickly. Okay. So Prince says, would it be worth the risk to jump in now? That sounds unbelievably bad, Prince Philip. Very bad. It sounds undisciplined. It sounds like gambling. So I'm pretty clear on that, right? Hey, and like you're a loyal member of our community, so that was a bitch slap, but you needed it because you can't say things like that, Prince Philip. You just can't. Hey, Wayne's made a guess 6 months ago and that it should go up now, so boom, let's see if it goes up now. No, dude, no. Okay, no, that's not what I've taught you. So why don't you start with a hypothesis? You're like, hey, over the next 10 days, this might go up because this clearly looks like support. And now you start using technical analysis on smaller time frames to confirm or deny. Is this a buying opportunity right this second? Well, no, well, sort of, maybe. But you still need technical analysis. You need to find the one that you want to buy. Do you want to buy a pound? Do you want to buy a euro? Do you want to buy Aussie? Do you want to buy a Kiwi? All that kind of stuff. And then what pattern are you trading? What price is the setup likely to be? What price are we at now? And then once you have discovered your potential prices, right? So like identify all your levels of support. Once you have the potential prices you might be interested in buying, then you drop into small time frames and you start looking for reversal patterns to the upside. And then once you get them, probably buy a dip. And then after that, it's still incredibly risky because you are trying to pick a bottom, and picking bottoms is a strategy that stinks. And yes, think about picking bottoms. So again, I had to do it, Prince. Okay, I had to do it. You said it. I had to play it. So I want you to think like a champion. I want you to think like a $1 billion fund manager. Okay? Would you bet the farm on this? Heck no. What are you talking about? Could you sit down with a client and say, I saw this, so I bought it and lost all your money? Okay? Try that. And if you're like, well, I don't fantasize like that. Okay, then go to your father-in-law and borrow a lot of money, whatever a lot of money means. But make sure if you lose this money, you are in serious trouble. And every holiday season for the rest of your life, your father-in-law is going to hate you, despise you. Okay? Borrow that much money and throw it down. Just go, I guess now. And then go back and explain the strategy. Some dude on YouTube told me to do it. Good luck with the rest of your life. Have fun with that. You lost my retirement account because you made a bet on a falling market because some dude on YouTube told you to do it, you son of a... I'm going to kill you! Honey, we gotta leave now. even had pie. Get in the car, kids. Come on. Go, go, go. Move it, move it. Stay away from Grandpa. He crazy. Well, then why would you do it, right? So anyways. Okay. Anyways. But in all honesty, I have a serious problem now. I have to work now. Daddy's got to go to work, right? So I have to do what we just discussed. Find my prices and find my lines and use technical analysis. And yes, in 4 weeks, I would like to be up here. You're like, well, Wayne, that sounds really good. Blah, 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 blah. Crap, 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 crap. Never happens, blah, blah, blah. Well, do you remember being up here? We did the whole process again. Very, very similar. And I even wrote it, the target, 131. And it dropped from 136. I'm sorry, it dropped to 128, right? So, but yeah, it dropped 500 or 600 pips and then kept going. Why? Well, my target last month, so this went probably before this, my target last month was 131. Okay, so you need to plan your trades and have a vision. Okay, but does this look like something you want to buy? Oh, now I want to buy it. No, dude. How do you update a profile? Check this out. So I'm in the yen pair profile, right? Pivot yen. So watch this. Insert a chart. Okay. Now you got to go to profiles, save as. Okay. And you'll save the new profile with that new chart. Yeah, Paul, not this Friday, but the following. We'll build that for you guys, and we'll get together. So remember, to get into the swing trading group, you have to take the swing trading course at FX Bootcamp and complete it. So if you know how to swing trade, you will now have a live group to get together with once a week to set up your trades in advance. You know what I might do is I might move the swing trading meetings to Thursdays instead of Fridays, because then we can avoid the whole non-farm payroll problem and stuff like that. And maybe on Thursdays we start planning Monday's trade. So that's one thought process going through my mind. Okay. And typically we go for 250, 300 pips per shot. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Jimmy says that would work. Yeah, I think, yeah. So that was my thought. I had a meditation moment. Okay, energy? Sure. How often do I update the data on COT report on their website? Every Friday at 4 p.m. Okay, Sammy? Naomi says, it's too early to buy and too late to sell. Correct. Beautifully said. Thank you, Naomi. Paul wants to know, do we cover risk events following? Sure. You can always just ask me on Monday, hey, can you go through the calendar? I'm happy to do that. Very few people ever ask me to do it. Sometimes I do it because it occurs to me that maybe people don't have their week planned out yet. But yeah, we can totally do that. Just ask me. Typically a Monday is great, right? How much is the course? I don't remember. The vast majority of people just buy the all course bundle. I'd say pretty much everybody has just bought all the videos. So that includes the swing trading course, right? So thanks, Mr. Wayne. Your COT report is very simplified. It's one of the best I've ever used. And I used to pay I think it was $150 a month to get a spreadsheet. So you can go to the COT, it's the cftc.gov, I think, cftc.gov, and then you can actually download the COT data directly from them. Okay. Please explain the chart set up on the screen. Sure, Rohith, but I got something better for you. Rohith, I got something much better for you than that. Hang on, because most people have been here for years, Rohith. It probably isn't a good use of our time, although I want to give you that information. 99% of people here know it, but let me help you. I've already created a resource that will be beneficial for you. Okay. Hang on. Right on, Mac user JP. Make sure you subscribe, yo.
Some investors in foreign currency. Joining us again from Atlanta with some tips on trading and foreign money is Wayne McDonald, who's chief currency coach at Forex's FX.
And I haven't listened to this in so long.
Thanks for coming back. Last time we kind of shortchanged you,
Can't
so we're
hear
glad you could make it back. Basically, details of what the boot camp is all about first.
I don't want to listen to this. But anyways, playlist.
And that leverage will work for you. But look, more often than not,
there's 4 videos right there.
Against you. Do not trade real money until you have a track record of success using.
So 25 minutes, 20 minutes, 22 minutes, 22 minutes. 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 60. It's going to take you, right? An hour and a half to go through those. And you'll know everything you need to know about my setup, okay? Leading and lagging indicators and all that kind of stuff, all right? Amazing, isn't it? Almost 200,000 views and only less than 500 thumbs up, and just even less than 500 even responses. Just really embarrassing. It's terrible. I don't know why someone would watch something and not give feedback. But maybe I do it too, so I shouldn't complain. Quit your bitching, Wayne. Okay, sorry. All right, so anyways, that's interesting, the setup that we have here. But I am bullish. I can't remember the context of why we set it up that way, but it must have been a question that somebody had about being a bear. So now I get in that situation where, again, I kind of have to show up. If I'm a bull, this is a wake-up call, isn't it? Okay? And this is what I pointed out earlier when I covered oil before. That's the logical entry for a swing, and that's the logical exit for a swing. And that happened perfectly, even though crazy news, like really? Was it really that crazy? Off of this bottom, which we also talked about for almost a whole webinar, that's what you would expect to happen, right? There's always a reason. And that's the part I find very interesting. There's always a reason. And the reason is never, that's what it's supposed to do. Mac user said, oh, did subscribe? Oh, okay. And, I see what you mean. You joined a FX boot camp. And it's fantastic stuff. Thanks. Well, you're welcome. Sorry. Yeah, I misunderstood. I'm like, Mac user JP. I'm like, I recognize that name, but hey, man, if you say you're new, you're new. But okay, I see what you mean. You joined FX Bootcamp. Okay, gotcha. Is that right, Oscar? Find me. So like, who complains about that? Dan Aykroyd? That's pretty funny. So anyways, there's that. Here's some nat gas for you. Yeah, I have some really amazing memories of Tokyo. Okay. So do you want this to go up or down? Well, clearly this is a downtrend, right? So then you go into a smaller time frame and you see that the upward move, just like oil, was a perfect swing bottom to a perfect swing top. So you can even swing trade natural gas. Isn't that nice? Sorry, I don't have Nazi. Sorry, Theo. But the question is, are you a bear? And if so, are you ready to set up a counter trend? Okay, what happens next, right? That's what you're supposed to be using technical analysis for. And what might happen in the future is the next regression is this way, right? But it will have congruency with the larger trend, and therefore probably do better, right? So your trade plan, if you're a bear that way, looks a lot like down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 down. Right? So if that's what you think is going to happen, then we are at the right price for that to set up. So now that's your hypotheses, which we also call strategy. Okay. So now you tactically put boots on the ground, but not, 4 hours like you're in an AWAC. Now you got to put boots on the ground. So we're going to drop into like a 15-minute chart, for example, and maybe a 5-minute chart, and look for reversal patterns in this area here. Okay? And that's tactics. Does that make sense? That's where you need to be ready. And that's where we are now. So you're like, okay, cool. I might be interested in shorting natural gas at this price. Cool. I got the right price, but is it the right time? I don't know. Let's investigate. How can we confirm or deny this? Well, anything lower than that would be no longer bullish, right? Like think of it as if you're a bull, what are you going to buy? You're going to buy this, right? Right? Wouldn't that be the bullish trade plan? I can't even think of another version of it. I suppose a little bit lower, but then that really messes a lot of things up. So like that's kind of got to be what it's going to be. I mean, there's a little bit more support below us, sort of in this area, but that causes problems because now we're inside a channel, this area, and that's a lot less bullish than just buying it here. But what if it didn't do that? What if it did this? Okay. What if it did this? What would you do? Those are called trade plans. There's one bullish, two bearish. Which one do you want to be? Okay. And the problem with a lot of traders that they only use 15-minute and 5-minute charts, right? And they're looking at this. Actually, I'll go back. They're looking at this, and I say, so what's the trend? They say up. And then I say, really? And they say, yeah, I analyzed the trend, and I'm really good at technical analysis, and I've done a regression channel, and I see some price action, and I see some pivot points, and it kicked off the CPP and went up to the M4 that waned. This is totally a bullish trend. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yes. You sure? Totally. So you're going to buy it? They're like, yeah. I've been buying it for 2, 3, 4 days in a row, making tons of money. I'm like, all right, well, good luck with that. So looking at it from a different point of view, right? This might be next. We're going to know very soon, because if you don't buy it now as a bull, you ain't gonna buy it. So how about reverse engineer it? What if you're a bull? You want me to be a bull on that gas? Right? Do 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 do. Bo 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 do bo 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 do 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 do. Oops. Take a look. Looks like something very, 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 very similar has happened on oil, right? Is this the price you would buy if you're a bull? And what if people don't buy it? Maybe there's no bulls. Okay. So I put in a purple line here, and I say, well, there's the bullish line. Okay, you see how scalping works? I look on the 4-hour chart, and I say something like, oh, well, if there's bulls, they're going to buy here. Makes sense, right? So now you want to scalp, right? Pachow. Take it on the 1, manage it on the 5. Can you see? Of course, now it says it's probably going to do if it reverses. That's how you scalp. So Mac user, I think my next trip to Japan will be more like Kyoto. Yeah, Jeff, that makes a ton of sense. Just, so let me know if you have questions. I'm just kind of looking around, setting things up really for tomorrow. So we have CAD here, CAD weak against the dollar, CAD strong against Kiwi. So we know dollar is stronger than CAD, CAD stronger than Kiwi. So Kiwi is definitely weak. So right off the bat, just looking at the top two, you might want to be interested in Kiwi dollar, don't you think? Smell like a plan? Oh, good. Kiwi dollar is down. The watermark is there, but I can't. It's not quite right. A little better. Cool. It's almost perfect. So I'm going to save this now. I'm going to go template, save template. I'll just call it that. It's just adding a watermark. Cool. Okay, beautiful price action. You even see you can see how it came back. It's beautiful price action. Am I allowed to play YouTube music while I'm doing this? I think I am, aren't I? Kind of just want to go through my charts. I'm going to play some music. I just want to kind of go through my charts quietly. Not a lot of questions today, which I'm cool with. Maybe I'm just in a weird mood. Let me just go through my charts, think about it. I'm just leaving notes to myself. It's just notes that this could be a double bottom. I'm talking to Wayne in the future. So like if we're looking at this on a one minute chart, or not 1 minute, let's say 1 hour chart, you know, it could do this for a couple of days and this for a couple of days, and here you do this for a few weeks, and all of a sudden it's up this way, and we've forgotten about the giant double bottom. So I'm reminding myself of the double bottom. Prince, that's how I enter trades. So I find my price on the 4 hour, enter on the 1 minute, but I don't want to get scared out of a good trade, so I'll manage it in the beginning on a 5 minute to just smooth it out. And then I'll very quickly move it on a 15 and then walk away when it's set on an hour.
That's right. We're here. Take time. Woo. People of the night. People of the night. That's right. We're here. Take time. Woo. People of the night.
Okay. Well, I don't know how you guys trade, but this is how I trade. It's really boring. It's really slow. It's real.
That's right. We're here. Take time. Whoa. People of the night.
You guys remember the trade plan? But if my yens flip, this will probably flip too. Is that right? CPU's at 28%. You serious? Just running. It's not my CPU. Let me see what. I'm on my business Wi-Fi. It shouldn't be breaking up. I don't want to stop the music. All right, I stopped the music. Gold, dang it. You know what we should do is we should probably do like a trading week where just 1 week we get together as a group, you pay some money or something, and I open up a webinar, and we just hang for a week, chat about the markets, listen to house music or rock and roll. So let me go back. I want to look at Swissy. All right, so I'm watching Swissy again. The idea is that, like yen pairs, eventually I want to see all these pairs going up. So I have to just sit and wait for them to go up. I'm not going to make them go up. So hopefully the stream is better. Can you let me know, guys? I stopped playing the music. Forex Gump, there's 2 programs. All video training, and then there's live training. You have to choose. Your camera is stuck? Yeah, buffering. Weird. Open your window. Every time you open a window, it freezes. Is that right, Prince? So I can't run YouTube while doing YouTube. A radio. That's so funny. All right. Well, I'll kill it. Well, we are going to throw a rave. We're going to do a rave in Cape Town, South Africa, in the 2nd week of January. DJ Henley. So this is the right price. That's the right price. That's the right price. That's not the right price. So I got to stay away from Aussie. don't really want to do USD. So it really comes down to pound Swissy or Euro Swissy. Euro Swissy's got the whole Euro Swissy thing going on, and I don't really want to buy the pound. It's going to get... Now my camera is stuck.